I'm Keithan.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Mickey.
Paul.
And Geraldine. Yeah.
David Nesbitt.
I'm out taking a few shots myself, you know.
Actually, I'm a runner and I come up and down along this road and past Carlisle Circus.
I use it every day going to work, back and forward.
Yeah, a lot of time for work and stuff, I'm driving through it.
So I think it's great for linking different parts of the city, especially that we have a bus route that doesn't do that it just goes from one part of the city to the city centre.
Well, there could be a few more safety issues with it, with the crossings and whatnot. So, see the cars, they fly up and down here, and people like myself with buggies and that don't really get a lot of attention, so to speak.
There's part of the Westlink that does look quite nice, and when you get up towards like the Royal Hospital, but it's the part coming from like linking the north and the west that's very sort of confined and isolated. So I think it could look a lot better.
Using it every day between sitting in bumper to bumper traffic and the grey walls, it is grim, and especially if it's raining, it just makes it even worse.
It's pretty smooth. I like the new bit they've done. The balls are quite nice toward the end of it, but it's a bit dire. It's a barrier. Like it's pretty intimidating for some.
It could be more beautiful. You know, environment is very important.
Yeah.
For your inner self, you know, for people spiritual sort of. It's just a shame.
It's a bit grey.
Yeah.
And it's a bit daunting with all the big grey walls up either side.
Yeah,
Could look a bit nicer.
I'm not a driver, but it's not the kind of road I find particularly appealing to drive on.
Yeah, it does feel like a barrier, and it is one of those things, you move through it, you don't stop. So it does. I think the look and feel is really important, and it could really join up the city if it looked nicer.
Yeah, it could do. It's very concrete, so it could probably do with a bit of colour, just to brighten it up.
Opening it up more, but that's probably not going to happen. It's not likely to happen. It would cause too much work and too much money. But definitely brighten it up a wee bit would be better.
Could be tidied up slightly. Could be. It's a bit dreary.
Maybe brighten it up a little bit. That might make it a bit more appealing.
I think we could definitely make it more colourful. I think we could add some colour to it. I think the road surface, it's a great road, but I just think it looks and feels pretty enclosed and pretty grey.
You can maybe brighten it up a wee bit.
Well, I think if there was more trees designed into the environment here, it looks really built up, concreted. It functions, but it's not aesthetically pleasing.
I like a paint would be brilliant.
Bit brighter colour scheme around here. I don't know. Don't really know what kind of colours like, but a bit brighter.
Like a paint maybe.
Paint.
Yeah.
It would actually make a difference to people's quality of life when they're walking and driving. I'm not a driver, and I don't like driving. I like public transport, and I'm environmentally friendly. It's just my own personal choice. But I think that the environment here could be more aesthetically pleasing, and it's not. I think there wasn't enough attention paid to that part of what's important, you know.
Yeah.
You could definitely make it some sort of cross-community network to make it better.
But it could create work where younger people could have a project and work planting or doing something along with the city council or something, you know.
Yeah, I think you could do something that would link it to the communities. I think if you make it a people space rather than just a road that people drive on, it's not somewhere you stop, but make it something that people like to pass by.
You get the backing from the people around here, and it's an easy thing. I think that people are always trying to make Belfast a better place, so
as Geraldine said, it would be creating employment for younger people, maybe, to brighten it up a bit. It does, as it is very concrete, and I think Belfast in that area is very concrete, very down, very grey, so probably painting it or...
But communities, I mean, there's a lot of things that we think communities should be getting involved in and they don't. So it's trying to generate interest in a way that it's their project,
Definitely, I think any type of cross-community project in Belfast does give ownership to people, and there is that sense of, well, I done that, and I think that's something that we need to build on in Belfast.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Even a section of it would be really nice.
Yeah,
little
bit of
story
colour, yeah.
along the walls as
Yeah.
you drive along, that'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.